I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with anyone by that name.
We always had an unwritten rule on the board that nobody spoke at their first meeting for sure. Nobody really spoke during their first year on the board, but of course you came at orientation, which was the meeting before your actual first official meeting, and spoke during that meeting. So while it may have only taken you a good 7 or 8 years to dig yourself out of that hole,
I did not pick this room to do my little goodbye to you because there's a wedding dress and a tuxedo. It's nothing to do with that. It just happens to be that I'm a divorce lawyer and that's there. So do not take it personally.
You'll come back and visit us. You can participate in a debate. You don't need to read the materials because you never read them anyway.
I don't remember you even being on the board during that time period or at any time during my tenure, nor do I have any recollection of you at all. So very difficult to reflect on what you meant to the board.
First encounter with Jack was the first Board of Governors, the general meeting on a Friday, my first one. And I walk into the meeting and quickly realize I am the only Board of Governors representative in that meeting without a tie on. Now, I did not wear a tie. I did not bring a tie, based on the advice from my good friend and predecessor, Steve Exner. And so during the first break, I got a chance to meet Jack out in the hallway, and I said, Jack, I just want to introduce myself to you. And I said, man, and so we hit it off. And after a few moments, I said, Jack, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm the only one here in the room at the table without a tie on. And I go, my buddy Steve told me that often ties aren't necessary on a Friday. And Jack looked at me and said, he said two things. One, you took advice on fashion from Steve Exner. And then the next thing he did was say, well, then I'm joining you. And he promptly took his tie off and went back into the room with me so that I had at least one other colleague, a compatriot, without a tie on.
Who's this for again? Let me look. Jack Hickey. I remember him. Okay, let's start it. What do you mean you started it? Oh, we're recording. Jack!
Sorry, not ringing a bell. I'm sorry.
Sure you've heard, Jack didn't always follow the rules.
Pleasure spending time with you on the Board of Governors. Personally, I've enjoyed our times talking about exercise and dieting.
This is a very difficult video to make. Right now, the committee is making its final determinations about recognitions and awards on behalf of the BOG.
Authority vested in me by absolutely nobody, I hereby proclaim Jack Hickey as the undisputed and unchallenged king of the smartphone selfie.
I've looked through my files. Hickey, he didn't really call himself Hickey, does he? Actually, I love Jack. Hickey, whatever. He's been a dear friend for over a decade now. On a personal note, for the last 10 or 15 years, I've been involved with the Board of Governors roasts, and I can say this, no one, and I mean no one, has provided me more material than Mr. Hickey. Hickey, sorry. Take care, Jack. Take care of all of you guys. Stay safe, be well, and Godspeed.